Okay, this is gonna be a quick one. Okay, this is gonna be a quick one because I keep seeing all these videos coming out of Switzerland and everybody's going crazy about all these new watches and especially Tudor because they have some new releases. And I have a couple of thoughts about that. Tudor is a sister company to Rolex. It's not owned by Rolex. They both owned by the same fund or trust. So Rolex doesn't own Tudor. They're both two independent watchmakers. The one follows the other. One was created as a supplement to the other, so that it will fill up the a little less expensive market. And Tudor has been doing a great job. I want to say even before the Black Bay, everybody keeps talking about the Black Bay, but I just happen to think that the Fast Rider watches that they released even before the Black Bay were the best. The best. I would take a very nice Fast Rider, upgraded, a little thinner, newer movement any day of the week. I love them. So I think Tudor is great and they're doing a great job. And I don't mind at all the fact that they look a lot like Rolex. I know some people say, oh, it has a Jubilee bracelet, whatever. So what? Yes, they're sister companies. So what if they share some design features? That was the purpose to begin with. So I have zero issues with that. What I have issue with, though, is that they come with those stupid releases where they just tweak a little things here and there. They follow the big brother Rolex, right? The Rolex is always coming up with some new, slightly improved watch models every year, and that seems to happen with Tudor. Now, many people say Tudor is taking the more extreme approach, and many times Rolex tests things with Tudor watches. And that might be the case, like, for example, the new Black Bays, or I'm sorry, the new Pelagos at 43 millimeters. They're trying even larger watches. So, and this is where I'm going to say something about YouTubers. I keep hearing YouTubers for the past 5-6 years saying that the trend of smaller watches is coming back, and I don't see that happening. The leading brand, which is Rolex, has been increasing sizes. The Submariner went from 40 to 41, for example, and now Tudor is tasting the waters with the 43. So watches are getting larger, not smaller, and this is something that we have here internally in the United States and in the watch community. That's what we like to see because, we are more sophisticated, I guess. I don't know what we think about ourselves, but the rest of the world, and I saw that with people that I helped with choosing a watch, they want something that has presence. And this is exactly how they phrase it to me. I want presence. So the watches can, especially luxury watches, can be small for somebody that is into the hobby and knows many things and can appreciate the thinner movements and this and that and the micro rotors or whatever. But for somebody that just buys one watch, and that's going to be their luxury piece, they want some presence. And I guess that's what happens also in Europe. Like, people like larger watches. So, and these are European countries. So there's that. But all these small changes that I see in Rolex, I think are not doing the same good to Tudor. Tudor is trading much cheaper. It's 50% off, like 50% off the Rolex equivalent on whatever model you're looking. A Datejust, for example, is like 8,000, and the steel version of Tudor, the Datejust, the Black Bay 36 or whatever, is like close to 4,000. So it's like 50%. But in the market, they trade much cheaper. So you can find in the 2000s all these Black Bay 36, 39s, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't justify this conservative approach every year. They come with the GMT Pro, and all they do is change a dial. Same cost certification, same thick movement. There were a lot of criticism back in the day for the thickness of that Black Bay Pro, about 15 millimeters. It's thicker than my 44 millimeter Breitling, which is already a thick watch. And because of its smaller size, only 39 millimeters across, it looks like a little puck. I mean, I went to a jewelry store when I put my name for a Rolex almost a year ago at this point, and I tried all these watches, and I thought, who came up with this? And okay, the first movement, we knew that was the movement. So fine, that's what they have, that's what they use. But right now we know that there's a new movement that is thinner, so they could make that watch thinner. But for whatever reason, they decided, no, you know what, we're gonna use the old one. So there's still a safe distance from the Explorer 2. Because I heard many people finding as an excuse, in my opinion, that, oh, because it has the black dial, I'm not gonna buy it. But if they ever come with a white one, I'm gonna buy it. Okay, well, there's a white one now, but Tudor makes sure that it's not gonna compete with its Explorer, at least not yet. So they won't give you exactly what you want. They won't give you the master chronometer certification. They won't give you the thinner movement. They won't give you a bracelet without those faux rivets. They're not going to give you the Jubilee bracelet on it. I mean, I guess you can mix and match. Get it from a Black Bay Pro, but a Black Bay, a normal Black Bay 39, and maybe it will match. I don't know exactly if the lag width will exactly click, but yeah. Anyway, my thing is that Tudor is supposed to be much more extreme, much more out there, and it's not. And I'm also a little tired of seeing Black Bays. I had two of them. I had the 41 Black Bay, back when they had the smiley face, the ETA movement. And I had the Black Bay, again, 41 Heritage with the blue bezel. And honestly, the quality was up there. I really love the quality, to be honest. And it looked much better in person than they looked in pictures. But they get old really quick, especially if you have only a couple of watches. And at the time, I had like a couple of watches. And I got tired of looking at them to the point where like in 2-3 weeks, I stopped looking at them. And that's when I realized they're not watches for me. Like after a while, I started looking at them. So that's my problem with them. I wanted to see something more extreme. I wanted to see something out there, like the Heritage with just a red dial. Who asked for a red dial to begin with? Red dial, red bezel. The red bezel was not selling to begin with. If you check online, these are the cheaper watches. And now that you give me a red dial too, like... Anyway, I mean, they're supposed to always leave you with something less so they don't compete with Rolex. And I think that always creates the issue and the question, if I want this design, shouldn't I get the Rolex and get done with it? Or do I want to wait another year and then another year in the hopes that they will get it just right at some point and I'll get what I want? And that's the issue I have with them, because with the same amount of money right now, especially in the second-hand market, you can get any Breitling almost for almost the same amount of money as a Tudor, and you can't compare the two, honestly. With a Breitling, you're gonna get much more decorated movements, much more hands-on work, and it's not as automated as Tudor. At least it wasn't back in the day. I don't know anymore, but. There's watches out there, especially for secondary market. But let me know what you guys think about this year's Tudors. I'm kind of underwhelmed, and I'm getting tired of this game of is it gonna be close enough to a Rolex, or is it gonna be like, are they gonna update They know exactly what they want to do. Like if you ask them, do you know what you need to do to make this perfect? They know, but I think the game plan is that they shouldn't. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one. Ciao.